Hello and welcome to Hartsdown Park for the final pre-season game of the season. It is Margate versus Tonbridge Angels. I'm Charlotte Richardson.
Hello, and I'm Eric Barrett. We're really excited to be bringing this game to you live via Gate TV. So welcome to all the Margate fans, the Tonbridge Angel fans and any other football fans who are joining us today. If you haven't yet, please do hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. And Charlotte, what are you expecting to get from see in today's game?
I think it's going to be another really fantastic test for Jay Saunders' side, where they're a little bit light on numbers, which I'm sure we'll talk about when we go through the team sheet. But yeah, Tonbridge Angels are a really strong side. They found their feet in the National League South last season, so yeah, I think it's going to be another really good game. Shall we talk Margate fans through the starting 11 today? There are a few little updates and potential news of a signing in the starting 11 as well. Brilliant.
Okay, so in the starting lineup for Margate, we have got Bailey Vose in goal, Chris Sessignon at right back, Jay Porter at left back, Reece Prestige playing in the centre of midfield, and Liam Friend and Ben Swift starting as centre backs today. We've got Luke Carey at number 7, Archie Burnett at number 8, John Ufua playing in at number 9, so looks to be playing as a central striker alongside Connor Evans at number 10, and new signing Tony Bancroft. He's a third-year scholar at Gillingham and he's here on loan.
Yeah, so one of Jay Saunders' signings there, and a couple of names we would expect to be in the starting 11 absent today. Jack Richards and Freddie Monco both picking up slight strains. Told it's nothing too serious, it's more of a precaution because obviously now it is 7 days until the start of the campaign, and it's really good to see Bailey Vose back in between the sticks. He again had a slight niggle during the game at Ashford midweek. I'm taken off, and I guess it's now at that point of the season, isn't it, where players will have one eye on the fixture against Brighton Sea Region. And Eric, who do we have on the bench today? Is it another quite young bench, I would imagine?
Yeah, it looks to be quite a few of the youth team are making the bench today. So we've got George Wilkinson at number 14, Danny Devine at 15, Charlie Hatton, George Lamb and Josh Steele.
And talking through our visitors starting 11 today, we've got Ted McDonald in number 1, James Folkes, I should say, playing in number 2, Jack Parter, who has been a relative a veteran almost with Tonbridge Angels. He was part of their promotion winning side in the Isthmian Prem a couple of seasons ago. Tom Parkinson, Sonny Miles, Ryan Bray at number 6, Cal DaCosta in at number 7, Ben Greenhow number 8, Jovan Splat in number 9, and playing up front for the Angels today, number 10, Alex Acrofi, who's enjoying his second spell at the club, and number 11, Joe Turner.
Yeah. Tonbridge Angels have had a pretty good pre-season so far. They played Margate League rivals in their last 2 fixtures, winning both of those games, and those were against Carshalton Athletic and Kingstonian, both of those being 2-1 victories. It's certainly going to be a good test for Margate today, playing again against higher league opposition, having narrowly lost to Dover Athletic last week in a 3-2 loss. But that was a really promising performance, wasn't it, Charlotte?
Yes, certainly so, and by all accounts, again, the midweek trip to Ashford, particularly in the first half, the Gate took a 2-0 lead, and then before Bailey Vose had to be substituted off, and also a bit of talk about the equaliser for Ashford in a more competitive game probably would have been a foul in the build-up to that one. So again, hopefully promising signs now as we do count to the start of the season. And like you say, this Tonbridge Angels side are going to be a really good contest today. I think Steve McKim, who Margate supporters will know very well from his time as a player here, he's built a really solid side. He's managed to keep the bulk of them together as well, so they will know each other really well, and that kind of experience, that physicality they offer, we'll ask some good questions, because one of the things that has remained relatively solid for Margate so far this season is that starting defensive lineup. We see Sessignon, Porter, Friend and Swift, which is a good sign if Jay can keep them fit for the next 7 days to start against Brighton Sea.
It will certainly be a good preparation for the new season starting next week if that defence is able to keep a clean sheet. And I'm really excited to be seeing how John Ufua playing up front again in that striker's role. He was phenomenal up against Dover Athletic last week, and let's hope that that can continue, and maybe he's entering Jay's plans for the season ahead, perhaps playing in a different position, because he was originally started as a right winger, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I think Jay was saying a couple of weeks ago that due to injuries, obviously Noel Leighton being out with an Achilles injury, he's had to rotate his starting 11, asking players to play a little bit out of position. But any Margate fan that was either here at Hartsdown Park last week or watching on Gate TV, it was a man of the match performance, player of the match performance, and I think his goal has had something like over 10,000 views on Twitter. It was a stunning strike. So yeah, fingers crossed. But also, who I'm keeping an eye out for today is this new signing, the number 11, Toby Bancroft from Football League side Gillingham. Really great opportunity at non-league level for these rising stars within the Football League to come and show what they're about.
Yeah, I understand manager Steve Evans at Gillingham, they reviewed some footage of Toby Bancroft playing last season and made a decision to extend his scholarship for a further year, and so it's a really important year for him to make that step up to men's football and really try and cement his place to get a contract with the Gills following this final year of scholarship. So. Yeah,
and I think Margate supporters tune in today as well. There's I guess a little bit of added spice. If we look at the dugouts, obviously manager Jay Saunders and Steve McKim were midfield partners throughout their playing careers. So whilst it is a friendly, I'm sure there'll be a bit of friendly banter in front of us this afternoon as well. So it's incredibly, I guess it's quite exciting really, this point of the season, when you think this time in 7 days, fingers crossed, everything goes to plan with all the safety measures and stuff like that, we will be away at Brightlingsea Regent. But it is worth noting as well, giving a bit of context to proceedings today, there was a major incident on the motorway which meant that a number of Margate players were straight in the changing room, straight out warming up, and it did remind me of that normal life here at Hartsdown Park, because players come from so far away and supporters and travelling teams. It was a sense of deja vu, but everyone is here now, including manager Jay Saunders. He'll be giving his sides some final notes of preparation, and I guess again it's just about turning the intensity up a notch and saying to the boys, go out there and play for the shirt next week.
Exactly, you do want to be hitting the ground running in your first game of the new season, and with this being a final friendly, this is an opportunity to really fine tune how the team's going to be looking to set up and play next week at Saturday away to Brightlingsea Regent. And I think this is a really good opportunity for Margate in terms of getting ready for that new season, because it is again a Kent derby, playing against Tonbridge Angels here, and it is against higher league opposition, although perhaps Tonbridge Angels are not going to be quite running at full steam just yet, because they have recently just had their fixtures announced for the Vanarama National League South, and so they're not looking to kick off until, funnily enough, Tuesday evening on the 6th of October, with their first fixture being away to Billericay Town.
Do you know what, I feel really sorry for teams like Tonbridge Angels with the uncertainty of when the National League is going to start. It's really, really difficult to plan, it's really difficult to recruit. I mean, we've had our own struggles here at Margate, but I was reading in the week that Tonbridge Angels had to pause the sale of their season tickets. We've seen Hollands and Blair have decided not to travel for their FA Cup game, effectively giving up their place in one of the world's best competitions because a player was tested as positive in the Burgess Hill Town team. So I think we're going to see loads and loads of that. Durham County FA cancelled all football. So fingers crossed here in Kent, if all the safety procedures are followed, and here at Margate, I must say, the procedures and the plans put in place are really, really rigorous. It's a safe environment to be, but again, it's just another headache for a manager, I suppose. So yeah, I feel a bit sorry for all of those involved with the administration at Tonbridge Angels, but hopefully they'll be able to kickstart their season on time, and we can see all levels of the game back into the swing of things. Yeah,
on a positive note, we have got supporters here today in the ground, and so that's really good to see. And I think that's an added bonus for the Tonbridge players, actually, because obviously at Vanarama League and above, they haven't got any supporters in the grounds just yet, and they haven't quite got any clarification about when that may be, when they can return. But delighted to have supporters here, and delighted that we can bring these games live to you also via Gate TV. It's really great to have everyone with us. Please do, if you are watching via YouTube, do drop us a line, say hello, tell us where you're watching from, and talk to each other. It's great to see the supporters having conversations on our social media channels. We're seeing about fans planning to meet up who haven't necessarily seen each other for a long time at certain games. I think at the FA Cup game's one that's been earmarked by some of our fans here at Margate.
Yeah, it is really good to see that kind of interaction going on, because of course we know that while some of us might feel safe to go out and watch football, some people might feel a little bit more vulnerable and want and prefer to watch the live stream. So whether you're a Margate fan or a Tonbridge Angels fan, or maybe you're just a Kent football fan who fancied a little nosy at this local derby today, do get in contact either on the YouTube channel, or you can interact on our social media pages at Margate FC. We're on pretty much everything, aren't we? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. It'd be great to give you any kind of shout outs as well. But no, it all feels like everything's going up a notch this week, which is good to see, because it's 7 days until Brighton and Sea Regent, and then 2 weeks time, the opening game of the season here at Hartsdown Park in the league, Carshalton Athletic, who our visitors have played this season as well, which ties in quite nicely. It'll be interesting to see how we fare up as Ben Swift and Captain Sonny Miles do the toss of the coin, or whatever is most COVID friendly. Whatever is most COVID friendly at the moment.
Probably,
yeah, exactly. Rock, paper, scissors it, and it is the Gate who will be kicking off proceedings here. That man John Ufa with the number 9 shirt, and it looks like the boys will be lining up in a similar formation to last weekend, with the very impressive Connor Evans and Luke Carey. They played really well last week as well, with the Gate forming some really nice attacking moves. So fingers crossed we'll see more of that today, as Sessignon is on the ball, playing it up to that man John Ufa, but the header is cleared.
So we just kicked off, Charlotte. What's your predictions for the score today?
Well, I always say goals, don't I? And 3-2 seems to be a familiar scoreline.
I've already called it 3-2 to Margate.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, you can't have that
okay
one now.
then, fair enough. I will go for. The thing is, the Angels have a lot of firepower up front, so I can't see them not scoring. Oh, you've taken my score. Okay, I'll go 2-1.
Okay.
But I think Tonbridge Angels will edge it, and that's not me being negative, that's just me kind of crediting a decent side that I think we're going to be facing today. And they've done things really the right way. If we think that a couple of seasons ago this was a league fixture, Tonbridge Angels were in the same league as Margate. They achieved promotion via the super duper whatever playoff, and I actually followed both of their games. It was a pretty special way to get promoted, and I think in the end they really, after a bit of a slow start, they really found their feet at that level, and it is a big jump up from the Isthmian to the National League, as Tommy Parkinson picks up possession, lays it off to Turner, makes the shot.
Oh, what a strike. That just brushed the crossbar, I think. Nearly an early goal there for Tonbridge Angels. They've certainly started very lively in these first few moments.
Yeah, I think we can consider that a bit of a wake-up call for the Margate defence. You can't be slow off the blocks against a team like Tonbridge Angels, and we have found actually, didn't we, in recent matches, that the Gate have kind of found their feet quite early, and they have responded going behind. But at Ashford, taking the lead and then unfortunately losing it, don't want to be getting into those habits.
No, I think injuries can disrupt your way of playing, and that is what happened with goalkeeper Bailey Vose getting injured, but it's good to see him back in the starting lineup here today.
And I don't think there's really anything other than to just take off and be cautious when it gets to this point in the season, and you start, especially when it's your number 1 keeper, you know. There's no point taking any risks at all, which is why we see that Freddie Moncur and Jack Richards aren't involved today. Noel Leaton's still a few weeks off of it after sustaining an Achilles injury earlier in pre-season. So first touch for the new signing, Toby Bancroft whips it in, it's a high ball in.
Bit too much weight on that cross, just flying over the head of Friend.
And Tonbridge Angels, when they were in the Isthmian League, they don't tend to concede too many goals. They have a good shape, they'll be really hard to break down, so it's good that there'll be that opportunity for the Margate attack to really test themselves ahead of the trip to Brighton and Sea Regent next week. And I say it kind of with a sense of, I feel like, given everything that's happened at Hollands and Blair, football being cancelled in Durham, I feel like there are so many twists and turns before a competitive ball is even kicked in our division. Liam Friend winning possession there, hooks the ball forwards. Sonny Miles, again, an absolute rock in the Tonbridge Angels defence. He's made many appearances for them. Mr Tonbridge, you could even describe him as Jay Porter. Again, launches the ball upwards to Ufawa. That'll be a great little 1v1 to watch how Ufawa gets on against Miles as the 90 minutes unfold here at Hartsdown Park.
Greenhall playing a first time ball forward. Well defended there by Swift, winning the header.
Yeah, Swift's had a really good pre-season. That was unfortunate goal conceded that proved to be Dover's winner last week, but I think pretty much every 50-50 up until that point Swifty had got, and I think he'll be a really important player for the Gate this season. He's the captain. As the ball is kicked, the ball's flat. There we go. I have to look for a replacement. Kitman Allen with a heavy touch.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate goal to concede that winner for Dover Athletic last week. Vaux's clearance hitting Swift in the face and rebounding easily for the Dover striker to tap in. But things like that are going to happen when you have new players coming together. You don't quite have that playing relationship that builds up over time. So for example, if there's a 50-50, who's going to go for it, who's going to take control of the situation, but that will come with time. And we've had quite a few pre-season friendlies, so it's given plenty of time for the players that have been here for the whole pre-season to embed in and find their feet and understand how their teammates' style of play is.
Definitely, and I think you can certainly see across elements of the Margate lineup that kind of feeling comfortable, knowing where each other's going to be.
Really good touch there by Carey, who lays it off for Evans. His touch not so good, giving it away, and Tonbridge looking to get a counter-attack underway here.
And this is where Tonbridge can be so dangerous. They've got players all across their team who can be creative, and they've got some pace as well, but
really
enough pressure put on there to stop that as Vos rolls the ball up to Prestige. And I mean, if the game goes on at this tempo, it'll be quite an entertaining match ahead of us this afternoon.
Yeah, although Tonbridge a few weeks away from starting their season, they certainly in these early stages do look very sharp, some of the players. You do hear of how a lot of teams do give their players some regimens to keep their fitness up during the off season, and it looks like a lot of the players here for Tonbridge have been adhering to those.
Well, they have had 7 pre-season games already, so it's a very long pre-season, but I guess, you know, if you look back to their opening game, which was on the 8th of August, I suppose they were hoping that their start date would be in accordance to ours, as Ufwa picks up possession, drives forward, gets the shot away, but it's
little
wide.
Shimmy there, little duck and dive. Ufwa bringing the ball onto his less favoured left foot and can't quite get his shot on target, just screwing the shot wide.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, to interlace between the Angels midfield and defence, but he managed that really, really well. Like you say, he doesn't look the most imposing presence as a number 9, but actually he's really, really nifty, and he can certainly draw out a foul as well. So although he might not look the most imposing alongside the big centre-back pairing that Tonbridge Angels have, I think he'll cause them some headaches over this game as well, which will be good for his confidence, and who knows, he might get another pre-season goal.
He's a very entertaining player to watch, and he does have a knack for scoring a spectacular goal as well, which we've seen so far this pre-season.
Joe Turner there with a nice little chip over Swifty, but he uses his body well, the Margate centre-back. And along with Prestige, they look to clear the danger as the ball goes forward. Ufwa picks up play, doing really, really well there, and
really
linking up with Evans. Again, really excited to see what kind of role Evans plays this season. He's pulled together a really good string of performances for Margate, and him and Carey could be some really good signings for the Blues this season. Let us know as well what your score predictions are, whether it be in the YouTube comment section or online. Be interesting to hear what your thoughts are, and if you are a Tonbridge Angels fan joining us this afternoon, what are your aspirations and ambitions for the season? Obviously you had your first outing in the National League South last season. Would it be a bit more the same again, kind of mid-table finish, or are there aspirations to maybe push a little bit higher? Manager Steve McKean's recruited really shrewdly, it would seem. You've got that foundation there of the experience of the players that have been involved for a number of seasons now, and I think that's the formula for non-league, isn't it, really? To try and build a strong spine, keep your squad together, and then add when you need to.
Yeah, it's not been an easy pre-season for manager Jay Saunders for Margate, with difficulties with getting some of his preferred signings over the line, and also having a number of injuries as well. Striker Noel Layton currently injured with an Achilles injury, and Richards also out. Hopefully he'll be back for the first game of the season. Swift currently down at the moment, seeking some treatment from the Margate physio. Yeah,
it looks like he might have taken a knot with the header there, so a blood injury by the looks of it. But he's a strong boy, I'm sure he'll shake that off as Keith sorts it out. early pre-season heroism there from the from the Margate skipper, and I think again, without wanting to dwell on it, I'm already like singing his praises far too much, aren't I? But in terms of physicality, he's also a really good ball player, so he can bring the ball forward for the gate without, sometimes you find at non-league level it's the ball spends more time in the sky than it does on the ground.
I think it's quite synonymous with Jay Saunders' sides, that he likes to start attack from defence, and he does prefer to have ball playing defenders, but also very strong in the challenge defenders, but certainly ones who are comfortable with the ball at their feet, who can find the pass, link up with midfield, and also look for those long balls over the top and into the channels.
Oh yeah, that's it, the pre-season nosebleed. Not the nastiest of injuries, but still a bit of an annoying one, as Keith gives some treatment. And obviously this week as well we saw the early bird season tickets. They have been selling really well, but that comes to a bit of a close now. But season tickets are still available. You can visit the Margate website, you can buy your tickets online. I think it's important actually to use this as an opportunity to explain why the club is asking supporters to buy their tickets online and why tickets aren't available at the turnstiles. As a non-league football club, the club has to put risk assessments in place and do a number of different things to mitigate any risk for supporters of all ages. So by buying your tickets in advance, obviously that limits the amount of cash that needs to be exchanged, it limits kind of face-to-face contact. So if you want to buy a ticket, you can do it online. If for whatever reason you can't, you can call the club, or you can visit Hartsdown Park during the working hours. But I think sometimes it's got a little bit lost in translation and lost in communication, the reason why that is being done, and it is simply to keep supporters safe.
And with the limited numbers of supporters allowed in the ground, it is a way to guarantee your spot, because we're not able to let in full attendances just yet because of COVID restrictions, but getting a season ticket means that you can certainly guarantee your spot here at the ground week in, week out. As Dover look to get an attack underway, pass is misplaced there by Greenhall. Lewis Carey picking the ball up deep, finding Prestige. Good little football here in the centre of the park here from Margate.
Yeah, really nice play there. As Prestige, brilliant ball forward.
Great vision from Prestige.
Shakes off his marker. Can he get the shot away? Oh.
Can't quite catch his shot right, and it's easy for goalkeeper Ted McDonald. Really good opportunity there for Ufwa, and it's a testament of his pre-season that he's finding himself in those positions, and because of his performances, players like Prestige are looking for him on those kinds of plays. Yeah,
really nice play there from the gate. And let's go through a couple of the early shout-outs that we've had here on our social media. Stuart Lee Dorset sent us a photo of us on the big screen. He's tuned in from home, watching on Gate TV. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Stuart.
Really good to see Toby Bancroft putting in a strong challenge there, although giving away a foul, but you certainly do want to see these young players mixing it with these older players that are coming up against.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a physical battle in the Isthmian League, and you're going to have to be able to hold your own. Obviously not giving away fouls in particularly dangerous areas, and one thing I know manager Jay Saunders is really keen to improve upon is the Gates defending from set pieces, as Bailey Voss collects that one there. Really strong commanding presence, and now the Gate are able to form an attack. Really great play there from the Margate goalkeeper. Brilliant pass by Prez. He picks out Bancroft on the left hand side. He's in a 1v1 situation there. Can he charge towards? Unfortunately not, as Joe Turner is doing his defensive duties there, and Jay Paul will step up for the throw-in. But yeah, really good early signs there from the Gills player. I'm sure there would have been a bit of pre-match nerves meeting his teammates for the first time and making his debut here in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, really good pass from Prestige, looking to open out the play there. It does look like Margate is stepping it up a level. Maybe not with that pass. Opportunity now for Tonbridge on the attack. Ball's played wide out to a Croffey with a bit of space. Entering the 18-yard box. Friend up against him. Cross comes in from a Croffey, and a header just wide by Splat. Really good opportunity there for Tonbridge Angels, and it just goes to show how dangerous they are on the counter-attack.
Yeah, I think Archie Burdett holding his hands up there, a loose pass. Right idea, just not necessarily the execution required, and it does again highlight how at this level and against this level of opposition, you can't afford to give them a sniff. And Alex Croffey, I think, will again prove to be a really shrewd signing for Tonbridge Angels. He rejoins the club, he knows it very well, and he adds a bit more firepower to their attacking lineup.
Really good touch there by Afua, who finds Evans, who cuts inside the 18-yard box, runs into a bit of trouble there, and it's easy for Tonbridge to take away. Looking to get another early attack on, playing a long ball towards a croppy. Friend read that really well and clears his lines out for a throw-in. Greenhall in possession now. Ball's played back to Carter, who finds Turner.
Parter's got a great foot on him. You want to try and limit the amount of crosses he gets into the box there. As Parkinson again picks up play.
Yeah, Sessegnon's going to need to get tight to Parter to block those crosses coming in.
And Angels with a corner. Again, a good opportunity here to see how the Gate organise themselves. Maybe a few too many goals conceded from corners so far this pre-season, so it's important, I guess, to get the practice in on learning how to defend them as the ball is played short.
Splat looking to flick the ball on from the cross, and it's well blocked there. Margate survive another Tonbridge attack. And I hope with the signing of goalkeeper Bailey Vose that he will add that stability at the back and hopefully tighten up on set pieces, preventing the opposition from scoring, because it has been a little bit of a precedent so far in the early stages, particularly of pre-season. But he does have a commanding presence, and with Friend and Swift in front of him, you'd expect them to tighten up and manage to deal with set pieces a bit better than they have been doing so far.
And Sessegnon sees the ball out there, and I think Margate just have to be alert to any spaces and gaps. Tonbridge do like to play a long ball forward. They've got pace up front, so I think that's something the back four need to be constantly alert to. But one of the strengths of the Margate defence is their communication. Liam Friend marshalling the troops, giving a bit of instructions to his teammate further off court, and I think it's important as well for the attacking contingent in the Margate starting 11 to press the ball early to win possession.
Vose electing to kick long, really good strike from him.
He's got such great distribution, hasn't he?
Yeah, really good with the ball at his feet, whether it's a short pass finding teammates, but also those long clearances as well. A really useful skill both in defence and attack. And Vose again picking the ball up here.
We were saying last week, and for any Margate fans that missed it, Vose has almost over 150 appearances, so for a young goalkeeper to have accumulated that amount of experience, it's not that you're really chucking a youngster into the midst at non-league level. Having that experience is so vital.
Yeah, it's going to be a big season for him, because obviously dropping out of
the Football League, wasn't he, from Colchester, yeah. He's
dropped out of the Football League, and this is an opportunity to show what he's capable of and potentially attract the interest of some of those league football clubs and get back to playing at that level. And I think we're really lucky to have a goalkeeper of that calibre here at Margate for the season ahead.
Tonbridge Angels picking up the foul there on the edge of their half. Will they look to send troops forward, or will they look to play it quick? I imagine they'll do a long searching ball forward and look to ask some more questions of the Margate defence. Or will they not know they're going to play it short? There you go, commentator's curse.
But already in these early stages we are seeing quite a few free kicks given away around that halfway line, and that's something that you want to address, because Tonbridge were sitting quite deep, and it does give them an opportunity to move up the pitch, almost a free pass, and so you want to keep that pressure on and keep them playing in their own box and hopefully capitalise on their mistake and get an attack underway. Good to see Porter there picking up the second ball and looking to get an attack underway with Connor with the ball at his feet. Unfortunately gets trapped under his feet, but he manages to keep the ball alive. Plays the ball out wide to Bancroft. Now Burnett in possession, plays it inside, finds the feet of Afua really well. Opportunity from distance, shot just over the bar from Burnett. Good to see him taking an effort from 20 or 25 yards or so, but you'd hope to get a bit more pace on that and obviously hit the target.
I'm just smiling there as Kitman Allen gets his second important touch of the game, but great to see the youngster there slotting into the starting lineup for Margate and confident enough to launch a shot like that from distance.
Yeah, I think confidence is a really important point. He'll be getting that one out of his system, and hopefully next time he'll have a bit more confidence to put a bit more power into it and get his head over it with a bit more technique. Parter with the throw in, looking for Splat. Really good clearance there from Luke Carey, getting back to help out with his defensive duties.
Carey really shone last week against Dover Athletic, didn't he, with his technical ability, and it was no surprise to find out, I think he came from the Charlton Academy but then sustained a really serious injury, so he's kind of finding his feet in football again. And on the note of injury, obviously I think Tonbridge Angels have welcomed back a couple of players from serious ACL injuries, and it's almost like having a new signing when a player recovers that way. As Tonbridge look to intersect through the Margate defence, but Ben Swift there, right place, right time to make the clearance, and Bancroft heads it on. Prestige looks to win the physical battle, but is adjudged to have fouled, and again just another opportunity for Tonbridge Angels to whip a ball in and ask questions. You're right there, Eric. This is something that the Gate need to polish up a little bit here, because ultimately at some point you're going to get punished if you give away this amount of set piece opportunities.
Yeah, it is a numbers game, and this is probably the fourth or fifth free kick inside the Gate half, and we're only 15 minutes into proceedings here. So, and it looks like Tonbridge are going to choose to put this into the box. It's deep. That should be goalkeeper Vose. It is, again, commanding his 18-yard box and getting an attack underway quickly as well, finding Carey. Ufu are not quite able to get the 1-2 there, and Tonbridge again on the attack. A bit of space here for Parter down the left. Finds the feet of Splat, who turns well, plays it inside. Parkinson's with the opportunity to shoot. He doesn't. A disguised pass to Splat. Splat didn't quite read it, and it runs out for a goal kick. Just looking at the live chat on the Gate TV YouTube channel, Mr. Martin Black. Good luck to my old friends at Margate Football Club today from Scotland, hoping for another belter from John Ufoa. And yes, we certainly hope so too. Yeah,
it would be great, especially if Ufoa is, and it looks very likely at this moment, going to be charged with the number 9 role next week against Brighton Sea Region. I think it's good for any player to rack up a few pre-season goals, but also again importantly to get the minutes under their belt. And if we imagine what this starting 11 will look like, fingers crossed, the way that Jay's planned the pre-season, and unfortunately the way the schedule has unfolded, it seems to have gone along really smoothly. But I say that whilst, you know, touching wood, because with COVID nowadays and the restrictions and different bits and pieces, you can't afford really to look too far ahead, which is a bit of a challenge for non-league managers.
Challenge for non-league chairman as well, because we don't know what's going to happen with this season ahead, with the potential risk of a rising COVID cases, and what does that mean for the league season, and it may be affecting the amount of budget available to some sides. Splat here on the attack for Tonbridge. Finds the feet of Greenhall, who crosses really well. Good defending there. Margate clear the lines. Danger's not gone. Turner finds Parter.
I think the Gate now just trying to turn that intensity up and press the ball to put some real pressure on Tonbridge as they look to gain an attack. A coffee leg going down the left-hand side. Swift doing really, really well. Not quite enough to clear the ball, however, as the Angels get the throw in, and Turner on the ball. They're a real playmaker for Angels. Picks out Miles. And I think this game, as opposed to in the last couple of games, we've obviously been a bit of a mismatch in terms of the number of pre-season games our visitors have played. Dover last week, you could tell they were a bit off the pace and had only just started their pre-season. But I feel like the matchup so far, given Tonbridge Angels pre-season, given our pre-season, the fitness levels look to be about the same for both teams.
They certainly are, and with Margate entering into their final pre-season game, this gives an opportunity to test themselves against the side at high level. A couple of other shout outs, so cameraman Steve getting a shout out. Good work there, well done Steve.
We've got some people watching today's game whilst at work. Love that, there's no harm in that. As long as you're being productive, I'm sure the boss won't mind. We've had Daniel Boyle also getting in touch. So gutted I can't be there today, but at least you get to watch it on Gate TV, Daniel. Hopefully we'll be able to welcome you back to Hartsdown Park for that opening game of the season. which is two weeks away in terms of our first home game, but obviously next week we are travelling to Brighton Sea Regent, the longest the longest trip of the season coming up first, which is potentially no bad thing really. As again, Tonbridge Angels really beginning to find their feet in this game. Parter charges forward, links up with Greenhill. We've got to cut out these crosses, but hopefully not too much. Oh no, a little bit.
There's a difficult cross to deal with for goalkeeper Vose. It was drifting towards the back post, probably going to hit the crossbar. Vose elects to tap it over. Probably a good decision in the end.
Yeah, definitely so. Those are the kind of moments in games where you hold your breath as you see the keeper backpedaling there. But yeah, definitely the visitors enjoying a really good spell as they again get another corner.
Greenhall going across to take this. He's looked like he's got a good cross on him. Certainly very impressive technique. Corner from him towards the back post. Swift defending well and also clearing well.
Yeah, that's another ball gone. So Kitman Allen step right up as Parter picks up the ball. I think the Gate will be looking to turn the intensity up a little bit. It kind of feels like it's gone a bit flat. And Tonbridge enjoying more possession on the ball as Turner plays a quick 1-2, and it's back again to the Tonbridge Angels, number 11.
Miles looking for a long clearance towards Splat. A really good battle between Splat and Swift, and Swift seems to be getting the better of him so far in these proceedings. Margate looking to get some possession here and get some minutes on the ball. They have been under a bit of pressure so far from Tonbridge Angels, so this is going to hopefully build up a bit of confidence, but Tonbridge doing well. Burnett, Parter getting in there clearing.
The Margate defence getting a lot of touches on the ball. As like you say, and you identified really early on, Eric, it's almost stamp mark, hallmark of a Jay Saunders side that they like to attack from defence, and Friend and Swift having to be a bit patient as they look to break down an organised Tonbridge Angels outfit. Sessignon showing quick feet, linking up with Carey as possession is given away, but Archie Burnett picks up the ball. The Margate youngster there doing exactly what you want.
Really good ball from Carey there, switching play. Unfortunately, Bancroft not able to find a blue shirt, and the ball runs through to goalkeeper MacDonald. But I think you're right, Charlotte, there's no need to force the play here from Margate. You do have to be patient, particularly against these strong, well-structured outfits like Tonbridge Angels it is. And the opportunity will come and you just need to take them. We have seen a really good opportunity so far, probably the best of the game for Afoa. And so let's hope that we'll see a couple more opportunities come through in this first half.
It's good to see a contingent of Tonbridge Angels fans here this afternoon as well. Supporters still not allowed back at grounds of clubs in the National League, which must feel like a real shame not being able to go and watch your non-league club, but luckily they are most welcome here at Hartsdown Park.
From the front!
As the ball is hooked forward, Liam Friend getting a vital touch out wide. As Tonbridge Angels come forward, it's that man Parter again with a great cross, but no one able to get the touch as Greenhow follows it out to that right hand side. Cutely marshalled by Porter. The cross comes in again. Sessignon clears as Tonbridge, it's wave of attack at the moment as Parter looks to get a shot away.
So it seems like we've got some technical glitch at the moment, and so we're just looking to address them, but we'll keep the commentary coming to you whilst you haven't got the pictures available to you. Opportunity here for Tonbridge. A shot from Turner, calls of claim handball against Prestige, not given. And the ball's played out into the Tonbridge half. Bray in possession on the halfway line. plays the ball forward and finds a blue shirt with Prestige, who's now looking to get a counter-attack underway. Burnett plays a wide ball out to Connor Evans on the left wing. Little tricky run down the flank. Cross is deflected and it goes through to goalkeeper MacDonald.
Apologies for the technical error here. It seems like the camera has frozen. Unfortunately, you're not missing on too much now. We will look to get those sorted out for you as soon as possible. Ufor is just about to receive some treatment. We might call these a friendly, but sometimes that competitive spirit obviously comes out, and a bit of a heavy challenge. Ufor shakes himself off, dusts himself off and gets back up here. The score is still 0-0 here at Hartsdown Park if you are only just about joining us at Gate TV. Tonbridge Angels, the visitors today, in what is the final pre-season game of probably one of the strangest pre-seasons of all time. But luckily we have our start date confirmed. The Isthmian League season is going to begin next week. The Gate are due to travel to Brighton and Sea Regent. And I wonder if this 11 will be the 11 that Jay Saunders decides to start for that game. Time will only tell. We will talk to Jay, we'll have a catch up after today's game. Unfortunately there was an incident around Medway area which meant a delay for Jay and a number of the players making their way here this afternoon, so we will talk to him after the game, obviously to find out what he makes of this 90 minutes and maybe for an update as well on player recruitment, which is the question on all supporters' lips, of course, at this time of year. We are looking as well, don't you worry, at the technical issues with the camera footage. Hopefully we will get that sorted for you very soon. Oh, there was a crunching tackle there.
Toby Bancroft getting in a dangerous position, and during that challenge, Bancroft down injured. Hopefully it's not too bad as he gingerly looks to get back to his feet. But a free kick in a dangerous position here. Yeah,
welcome to non-league football is all I'd say about that challenge. Part and parcel of it now, but he's won his side a free kick in a dangerous position. And normally this is probably the point that we would expect Jack Richards to step up. But the Margate attacker is rested for today's game. Slight niggle, nothing too bad. We'll hopefully talk to Jack at half-time to find out a little bit more. Not considered a risk for next week's game, but just one of those precautionary things that you do really with 7 days to go to the start of the new season really. So it is that man, Luke Carey. So no contest for who's going to step up today. It'll be interesting to see. We know he's got it in his locker, hasn't he? A very, very good technical player. Will we be able to test the Tonbridge Angels goalkeeper? Unfortunately not. And we are back. Woohoo! Thank you to cameraman Kev for sorting that out. You would have seen that effort skyward, and another touch by kitman Alan. Coy's been busy this afternoon.
I think he's had more touches than some of the players out there this half.
Yeah, it is interesting. You do wonder as well, does it creep into the mentality for some players of those 50-50 tackles when you know you've got 7 days to go to the start of the season? I can't help but feel it would be a factor, because certainly compared to the tempo of last week's game against Dover, that intensity just hasn't been there so far this half. It's quite a physical game as well. There's plenty of challenges going in. Certainly what you'd expect when Tonbridge Angels come to visit. They are a strong outfit, and they're a team, to be fair, that I don't think Margate have got the best of records against. So if they do pick up a win here, we'll have to make a real note of it, because certainly from their times in the Isthmian League a couple of seasons ago, they were always a tough team. And the sun's come out again. We always like to give you a bit of a weather update here at Hartsdown Park, because normally poor Eric and I are getting blown to pieces, but it's a nicer, sunnier day here in Margate this afternoon.
Almost a bit too hot up.
Yeah. Bailey again with a really great find. Picks up Porter. I think just wanting a little bit more from the Margate team there. You're seeing the attacking front three up in and about, but just not asking enough questions of the Tonbridge Angels defence right now as Parter gets on the ball again on the left-hand side. Sessignon there.
Oh, Da Costa fouled there by Sessignon. Good feet from the winger.
Yeah, they've got plenty of trickery down that left-hand side. Both fullbacks for Tonbridge Angels like to get involved with the attacking play, giving Sessignon and Porter plenty to deal with this afternoon. And Bailey Voss sets up his two-man wall as the ball gets whipped in.
Da Costa with the cross, but really strong defending there from Friend. Good defensive header there.
And also Margate getting to the seconds, which is really, really important as well. They have a long searching ball, and this time it's Swift with the header. Carey picking up play, and another great
Burnett
ball.
in acres of space on that flank, and he's really opening up here. Getting into the 18-yard box, a cross shot, not quite finding the feet of a Afua, but really good opportunity for Margate there.
Yeah, and I think probably our first glimpse of the pace of Margate's latest signing there down the left-hand flank. Cross come shot, and unfortunately if I wasn't there, I think again it's still that little missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? That clinical fox in the box for Margate to make the most of any sort of attacking opportunity like that. And you would imagine if he was fit, that's the kind of thing that Noel Leighton would be finishing very clinically.
Yeah, I think Bancroft there was caught in two minds whether to cross or whether to shoot. Still perhaps trying to find his feet, being the latest addition to the side here.
And we've had a few shout-outs coming in on our Twitter page as well. Big shout out to Jeremy Jacobs from the London branch. The London branch, obviously, with all the travel restrictions and bits and pieces that have now come to our normal day-to-day lives, unfortunately unable to join us here at Hartsdown Park. And plenty of you letting us know that the live stream had frozen. Yep, apologies for that, but we are back up and running now, so you won't have to miss a moment. You didn't miss any goals. It is still 0-0 here. Neither side able to break the deadlock, and neither keeper particularly tested so far, with over half an hour played. We predicted goals, didn't we? It's our fault, Eric. Never predict too many goals. I mean, there is still plenty of time.
Well, there's certainly been plenty of chances. The score certainly shouldn't be 0-0 with the opportunities that we've seen for both sides so far. A poor header there from Parter. Well, finding the feet of Carey, who then finds Evans. Evans is through, shoots at goalkeeper MacDonald, who does well to save. Second opportunity there for Evans. Again, should have been a Margate goal with that opportunity. Yeah,
really good play there from Margate, and a smart save, but you'd like to think those opportunities would be put away, especially because we know that Carey can be...
That was Evans.
That was Evans.
Why do
I have this problem with Luke Carey and Connor Evans? I always get them...
New signings.
Always get them mixed up. And they also, I've noticed, they switch numbers as well.
Yes, they do.
adding to the layers of confusion for someone as simple as me.
But this is Carey on the corner. Good delivery towards the back post, and it makes its way to the other wing. Afua picking up well, little shimmy, crosses with his left, into towards Swift. Swift rising, hanging in the air, heading just over. He's disappointed not to get that effort on target.
Yeah, and quite rightly as well. Really good opportunity there. Swift rising highest, just needed to nod it down. And from our view here, that really was a golden opportunity. Even though probably you would say the visitors have enjoyed the lion's share of possession, it's probably been the Gate that have had the clearer cut chances there, two in quick succession. Will we get a goal before half-time? Who knows? It'd be nice.
Yeah, some really good opportunities this game there for Swift, and just before with Evans, Afua early on getting a really good chance as well. With that header though, really impressive athleticism from Swift, leaping and hanging in the air. He's not necessarily your tallest centre back, but he certainly wins the majority of the headers that he goes for.
And also credit to John Afua there, chasing down the play, could have easily seen it out. And that's the kind of work rate you need to carve open opportunities.
Bit of a battle in the middle of the field. Ball's played up front. Tonbridge with an opportunity with Splat picking it up. Finds the feet of Akrofi, who's tackled by Prestige. Danger's not gone yet. Cross comes in from Turner to the back post. It's a tame header, and that's easy for Vose.
And let's see how Bailey Voss decides to distribute this one. It's short to Swift. I think that decision making as well when your goalkeeper is so important, especially when you're looking to fire up attacking moves, when to play it quickly, when to slow down the pace of the game. And again, it looks like another attribute Voss has at his disposal, which is good news for Margate supporters tuned into Gate TV this afternoon.
Bit of space here in the middle of the park for Tonbridge to get an attack underway. Good turn there from Greenhall, keeping possession well. Finds the feet of a Croffey, who plays it out wide to Parter. Good possession football this from Tonbridge, looking to gradually build up an attack, looking for an opening. Plays switched well. Skipper Miles in possession. Turns and elects to go back to goalkeeper McDonald.
And interesting to note that our visitors this afternoon have played against Isthmian League opposition. They lost 2-1 to Carshalton and then beat Kingstonian 2-1, and I think Kingstonian are probably going to be hotly tipped for promotion this season. They've spent heavily over the summer, and it will be interesting to see. I think one of the big questions is hopefully we will have a complete 2020-21 season. That's, I think, what any football fan wants, given all the restrictions at the moment and parts of the country again having to cancel football. It's not what we want at all. That's why the precautions are all so important as Sessignon looks to find care. I must say, I feel a little bit disappointed in the performance of Connor Evans so far. He's been so electric in pre-season, just looks a little bit off it this afternoon. And I'm not one to criticise. I think maybe it's just a shame, given how important he has been for Margate in pre-season. As Prestige again does his defensive duties for Margate, clears the danger wide.
Good header there from Bray, getting an attack underway, finding Splay, who lays it off. Chance for Greenhall, shooting from distance. That was going to the top corner. Vose getting across well and clawing it wide.
Yeah, probably the best save of the game for Voss so far. He had plenty of time to see the shot, but you don't want to gift Tonbridge Angels players that much time and space on the edge of the box, because they have the quality to be ruthless.
Yeah, really good pace on that effort, and that was going to be nestling in the top corner.
Managed to get across and get a strong hand to that one, as Tonbridge Angels get another opportunity to ask some questions of the Margate defence from another corner. The ball comes whipped in, and it's Ufwa who clears out to Turner, launches it back into the gate. It's penalty box, but Liam Friend is there.
Evans doing really well to win that. He was second favourite to get to that, but you really want to see that kind of determination to get onto those second balls. But Tonbridge again managing to pick up possession. Bit of time and space here in the middle of the park. Ball's played out wide to Parter. He elects to play backwards to Bray. Tonbridge looking to change the angle of play. Again, there's plenty of space for the Tonbridge players in the centre of the field. Plenty of time to pick their passes out. Opportunity for Greenhall, who dinks it over the advancing Vose and into the back of the net.
The gate players there calling for an offside flag, no decision given. And I think really and truly it's just that lack of intensity in the middle of the park there. Easy pass to pick up. Nice smart finish. No complaints there, coolly done, chipped over Voss, but I mean, you need to do better in that situation.
Yeah, I was seeing that a few times in the last few minutes. A bit too much space in the centre of the park for the Tonbridge players. They're getting plenty of time to turn and pick out their passes, and Greenhall there intelligently finding a bit of space between the Margate back line and running through one-on-one and goalkeeper unopposed there, and delightfully chipping the ball over the advancing goalkeeper. Really good finish there.
Yeah, smart finish for the visitors who take the 1-0 lead, and in the past Margate have responded well in such situations, so whether they'll be able to secure an equaliser before the half-time whistle, fingers crossed if you're a Margate supporter. As Swift is on the ball, finds Sessignon, and the Tonbridge Angels side will have the bit between their teeth now, as again possession gifted far too easily a Croffey. And then Swift making a very important challenge as Reece Prestige looks to prevent the visitors from getting yet another corner. He finds Sessignon. And I think now Margate need to just step things up a little bit. It feels, give credit where it's due to Tonbridge Angels taking the lead and stuff, but it feels like it's more us than them, if that makes sense. Not putting that point very eloquently, but I definitely feel there's more gears for Margate to go at the moment. We saw it last week against Dover.
I think with only a few minutes remaining in this half, Jay's going to be looking forward to the opportunity to having a word with the players and asking them to step up the tempo, because it has dropped off a little bit in the last 15 minutes or so in terms of the intensity of the Gate players, and that's not something you really want to be seeing a week before going into the league season. You want to see players chomping at the bit and really looking to cement their names in that starting lineup for that first game of the season.
Yeah, because definitely nothing is a given with Jay Saunders. You need to give 110% commitment, I think, which is again, that's not something we're questioning obviously right now, but it's a point to be made that you've got to give everything to the shirt. That was something Jay said when he was appointed manager. It's a minimum level expectation, and definitely feel like this Margate team right now have got more levels to go.
Looking their prestige on the ball, and Tonbridge number 4, Parkinson's, really pressuring Prestige in his own half, putting him under pressure, not giving him a chance to look up to play those long balls and forcing him to play backwards. And that's what you really want to be seeing from the Margate players when they're in the defensive positions.
Ufa and Carey linking up there. Number 9 for Margate this afternoon was so impressive last week against Dover, as he picks up possession on the edge of the box. Really tricky feet there, creates a bit of space in a very tight area, gets his shot off. Again, it was on his left foot, his less preferred foot. It's in situations like that I would be expecting the likes of Barnett and Evans to be really in the faces of the Tonbridge Angels defence, and they're just not. They're not putting them under enough pressure at the moment. That intensity is lacking because players make mistakes. Don't we know it? We see it every week. And Tonbridge Angels probably getting it a little bit too much their own way as the first half comes to a conclusion here. The whistle blows and the players go in for the half-time break. We have highlights from last week's outing against Dover Athletic. 5 goals for you to enjoy here at Gate TV. We will be back with you very shortly. Liam Friend winning the header over Stephen Rigg.
Opportunity here for using his pace, runs in, the goalkeeper comes out. Unlucky there for Mufa, didn't quite manage to get his shot on target. Really good opportunity there for the Gate.
But as long as you've got that commitment and that 100% effort, you will get your rewards. As Margate form another attack with Richards on the left wing. Now what can he do in this position as he fires forward, but the block is made. Moncur picks up possession and Porter makes the overlap there. Yeah, really positive signs there. The movement of the Margate players offering options as Porter releases in. Ooh.
Fantastic delivery there from Porter down the left flank, and the Fua rose like a fish there and got a really strong header on that, rattling the crossbar.
Well, also again, you have to put these things into context. Dover have only just returned to pre-season training. It's a similar way to how Ramsgate and Margate were set up. Those couple of weeks do make a massive difference in terms of tempo and players' sharpness. So it's only right to make that point. As Munns is on the ball now, onto his right foot, great strike,
what a
great
save,
reaction by Voss.
Good job.
Cross comes in for the second time. Looked like a foul, but the referee says no. It looked like a high foot, but it's a goal, and Dover take the lead.
And it's important for the Gate now to keep their confidence up despite going a goal behind, as Jack Richards is on the ball, sets up Ufa. Can he get the important cross as quickly as he can? Richards is there. Can he finish? The block is made. Great defending.
Great effort. That looked like it crossed the line, and it certainly has at the second attempt there. Really good effort from
Connor Evans.
Connor Evans.
He scored another goal here. He loves scoring at Hartsdown Park, and the perfect response from the Gate there.
Long ball, excellent ball from Porter from deep. Chance now, ball's played wide. Carey looking for his second with a strike. Really well saved from goalkeeper Bexon.
I wonder who it would be. Would it be Richards or Carey launching the effort? It looks like they're going to try and get a shot on goal.
It's Richards. Deflects off the wall, and substitute goalkeeper Yusuf Mersin just managing to push the ball against the post and scoop the ball out of the goal.
Good job.
Carey now in possession. It's been a little while since Margate have had the ball. Dover have been taking hold of this second half a little bit with possession.
not really had the opportunity to carve out any opportunities until now, with an effort from 25 yards out, sailing well clear of the crossbar. That is a bit of a warning shot there for the Margate defence though.
And we have been asked if the Libertines are sponsoring the team for the 2020-21 season. We can confirm that the Libertines will be on the front of the shirt. As John Ufer is on the ball now, what a great game he's had. He deserves it, and he's got it!
Cuts in on his left foot, curls top corner, goalkeeper, statue reflexes, doesn't move, nestles top bin. What a goal. If anyone deserved one today, it's John.
Yeah, do you know what, I'm just going to step back a minute and applaud, like the guys on the bench there, because he certainly has deserved a goal this afternoon. He's worked incredibly, incredibly hard, and what a goal to score, an absolute peach.
Ball's played back to Vose, really long clearance here. Margate looking to get the ball down and get possession around this centre circle. That's really good to see Margate winning those second balls there.
Oh, nice. And you know what, if you needed convincing of getting an early bird season ticket, can you just watch this attacking move, please?
Connor Evans now in a very dangerous position, plays it back to John Ufo, who's looking for his second of the game, turning effort, and hits the crossbar for the second time today. Dover looking dangerous here with an opportunity, shot from distance, blocked, an opportunity to equalise, and it's taken, and it's by number 3 who has come on at half time, and 2-2. The danger's not gone yet. The Whites keeping possession really hell, having a good spell with a chance at the back stick. Really good save there from Vose. Oh, Vose really commanding there, but kicks the ball straight into Swift, who's down injured. And really unfortunate circumstances there as number 3 gets his second goal to give Dover the lead. Long ball here from Vose, and the Dover defence deal with that very, very well. And that is it. The referee calls an end to proceedings here at Hartsdown Park. It turned out 3-2 to Dover. Margate really putting in a good performance, but Jay Saunders can be particularly pleased with the performance and the goals as well that Margate scored today.
Yeah, it's a flip reverse of the last time that Margate ran out here. 3-2 to Dover, the National League side. I think Jay would have got what he wanted to out of today's game. A really, really good test. Lots and lots of positives. Welcome back to Gate TV, and I'm really pleased to say I'm joined by Noel Layton and Jack Richards. First things first, fans are going to want to know from both of you, I suppose, but Noel, first of all, injury update. How far away are you from potentially getting back involved with the starting 11?
So I should be running probably not this week, coming the week after, and then it's just getting back fit really, so I'd probably say about 3-4 weeks.
And Jack, today is just a bit of a kind of precaution, a slight muscle niggle on Tuesday, is that right?
Yeah, it was a bit of a tight going, a bit of a strain from Tuesday, and Keith and Jay just come to the conclusion and just rest it. There's no point with season starting next week, we're light as it is, so yeah, it's just a bit of a rest.
And it has been a bit of a strange pre-season with COVID halting plans, odd to start the season in September. But overall, obviously, you know quite a lot of the squad, there's been a few new recruits. What's the feeling and mood like amongst the boys at the moment?
I think
it's always good really, isn't it? It's we've never had really, in bad times, we've never really had a bad sort of...
We've got good managers here, so it's always, as a group, we're always together. I think everyone's more eager to start this year than most, because we haven't played for like 7 months now, so it's been so long, everyone just wants to get out there and play, I think.
And what was it like having to, I suppose, keep relatively fit over the summer, not really knowing when you were going to be starting? Were you one of these ones that was like recording every 5k run you did, or just kind of ticking over in the gym?
No, I've recorded everything I've done, I think.
I found it quite easy to be fair, because none of the pubs and that were open, so all we could do was go for runs, so no, it wasn't too hard to...
Weren't left with much to do really, so it was rubbish though, not knowing when we're going to be back.
Yeah, really,
that was
really
the hardest thing,
difficult.
trying to prepare to come back to pre-season and not really know, especially when the season. We didn't know the season was starting until like 2 weeks ago, did we?
You didn't know whether to go flat out or to like just not do too much. If you do too much, start pre-season, like I know Tonbridge have been back like longer than.
Yeah, they've had like 7 or 8 pre-season games already.
With us as we're light as it is, so it could have been a case of doing a bit too much, but it was alright.
I bet it was good to obviously all come together as well, because I know how well you boys get on off of the pitch. The banter is always flying around the dressing room.
Noel's back got horrendous banter.
My banter's a joke. My banter's a joke. No, it was good to see the boys again. I think that was like, obviously we had like 3 months, it was like 4 months.
I think that's a bit that people miss most, just being around the boys, being back, obviously the football, but being back around the boys. So it was good.
And what was it like, obviously at the very, very start of pre-season, there weren't any supporters in the ground. Was that quite surreal?
Weird, wasn't it?
I don't suppose they would have wanted to watch us at the start of the season anyway, so I don't think they missed out on much. But yeah, it was a bit different, but I just got on with it, I guess. So, like I said, we haven't played for months, so we weren't really too bothered. Obviously, it's always better to have the fans, but it didn't make too much difference in terms of our mentality. So.
And what have you made of the boys' display so far? We were saying in the commentary, it must be a little bit hard when you've got kind of one eye on next week, not wanting to maybe go in so hard for those 50-50 tackles. It just feels like maybe a little bit off the pace from the game against Dover last week.
Yeah, that's pre-season. Like it summed us up this pre-season. We've gone to teams like Faversham where we know we should be on, and lost, and then teams against National League teams last week. 80
minutes of the game, we dominated them, and then can't see the game out. But
that's like today though. They've had one chance to score 1 goal. We've had a couple of chances. We haven't been able to finish our dinner. But on another day, we're 3-0 up, and they haven't got their off. But that's just football at the end of the day.
Yeah, part and parcel of it. Well, thank you very much for coming to join us on Gate TV. Jack, fingers crossed you'll be fit and back in the team next week. And Noel, if you can speed things along, because I think we're missing
goals
that.
out there.
Yeah, we certainly do.
My best.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
I have a Peroni after. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
My legs ache from standing up. Welcome back to Gate TV for the final pre-season game at Hartsdown Park. Tonbridge Angels, the visitors this afternoon, and they take a 1-0 lead into this second period of the game. A lovely little chip from Ben Greenhill gave the visitors the lead. But what was your assessment of the first half, Eric?
I think Margate started really well and lost a bit of the tempo towards the latter stage of the first half, and I think that that's what led to the Angels scoring that goal to take a 1-0 lead into the second half. We have had one change for the Margate side, and that is Captain Ben Swift coming off, who got a head injury in the proceedings in the first half, and Josh Steele has come on taking his place wearing number 12.
Yeah, the skipper nursing a nosebleed for a large proportion of the first half. I'm imagining it's probably again just another precautionary move by manager Jay Saunders, but we will catch up with him after the game for clarification on that. But do you know what, this is actually my first opportunity to watch Josh Steele in pre-season. Jay had mentioned him to me in our post-match catch-up, another youngster that he's really been impressed with. As John Ufra picks up possession here, he's in a great opportunity as the goalkeeper slips, manages to find his feet really quickly to parry the ball. Great opportunity again for the Gate to score their opening game of this pre-season fixture.
A really good opportunity there for Fire. He's found himself in a couple of those opportunities where he's came through on the goalkeeper. Hasn't quite got his shooting boots on today like he has done in other pre-season games. He really should have tucked that one away. But Margate still got an opportunity here with the ball with Bancroft currently in possession. Ball's played back to Burnett. A bit of space here to pick out a cross. It's towards Steele, over Steele. Friend battling away, can't quite get on the end of it. Evans, really good battling from him, finds the feet of Prestige, crosses well, goalkeeper under pressure, and the referee has spotted a foul in that melee, and Tonbridge got away there. Got away with it.
Really great signs from the Gate so far in the opening minutes of the second half. We had kind of lamented the lack of tempo towards the end of the first period. I'm sure manager Jay Saunders encouraged the boys.
I think the correct term is a rocket.
But great play there. But again, it's just something that the Gate need to start converting these golden opportunities into goals. But certainly asking a fair few questions of the visitors' defence as Sessignon looks to clear up possession. A lot of tugging going on and off the ball here. Plenty for the referee to keep an eye on as Tonbridge Angels look to mount their first attack of this period. Great ball whipped in. Acroffey not able to get a vital touch as Jay Porter sees out play, and the Angels get the throw in. The goal scorer himself looks to give it back to folks.
Clever play there from Greenhill. He was struggling to keep that ball in and cheekily backheeled it against the onrushing Margate defenders to win the ball. Greenhill's been particularly impressive today, not just taking the goal, but he has been commanding a lot of the play from for Tonbridge Angels today.
This Tonbridge Angels team are just so experienced, not only in non-league football but as a unit. I mean, I recognise a number of them from the playoff challenge and the super duper, as I call it, playoff final that they won a couple of seasons ago, so they know each other inside out as a team, which is vitally important. Now that to me looked like a foul, but there we go.
That again, another set piece conceded, but the referee's blown his whistle. Yeah. I think you're right there. I'm not so sure what's happening here. The goal has been given. It's 2-0. Poor marking there. Really easy goal. A low corner comes in, and it's side-footed into the bottom corner of the goal.
Tom Parkinson there doubling the visitors' lead. I think he'll be disappointed with that one. I mean, I've certainly seen them given, but it just means that when Margate attack down the other end, maybe they will be given a little bit of leniency to be physical, if we put it politely.
It's a disappointing start to the second half. You're hoping for the Margate players to come out with a bit more fire and a bit more energy, but conceding so early into the second half is certainly not what Jay would have liked to see, particularly when there was that really good opportunity there for Foa to draw level only a few moments beforehand.
Yeah, and again it's another goal from a corner, which will be something the Margate defence look to address. As Steele finds Friend, who charges forward.
Perhaps the forced changes with Swift coming off destabilised the defence a little bit and perhaps impacted on some of the organisation from the corner. But still, no player should be given that amount of time to get on a cross as low as that one was.
Well done, Josh.
Parter taking a long throw down the channel. Sessegnon heads away and another throw. Parter throwing this time inside. Chance now for Turner to get an attack underway. Can't quite find the feet of Splat and the ball runs through to goalkeeper Vose.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper will be feeling a little bit unfortunate to have conceded 2 goals in the way that he's done. That elusive clean sheet. But we're still on for our score predictions. We just need Margate to score 3 goals. As Barnett there rises high. And Margate now just need to find that kind of ruthless, nasty streak required.
Prestige, he has had quite a good game so far. Finds the feet of Burnett. Burnett giving the ball away, but the opportunity's still alive with Evans picking the ball up in the centre of the pitch.
I'm really hoping to see a bit more from Evans this half. He is a really talented player, creative, and he sure as hell can finish. He had a great opportunity in the first half, unfortunately, enforcing a good save. I mean, the Tonbridge Angels keeper has made a number of smart saves. It would be fair to say that
Turner shooting from distance, and that's an easy one for Vose, but it's good effort there.
Just needing the gate players to want to get on the ball a little bit now. You're looking at Friends' options, and as opposed to last week, there was so much movement off the ball, wasn't there, from the Margate attack, and it's just not necessarily there as much this week, which makes it hard, and it kind of almost invites the pressure on. But fingers crossed, we need to get Carey involved in proceedings a bit more, because again, we saw moments of real great technical ability from him last week. And he's the kind of player that can create things, that can add you that momentum, that can give you that bit of spark that you need when maybe the tempo has gone down a little bit or you're lagging.
Long ball forward. A really good header there from Croffey, but not able to find another Tonbridge player. And Vose again collects the ball, eyes up his options, rolls it out to substitute Still.
And the youngster looks really composed, again probably one of those centre backs that not only is good with his head but good with his feet as well, which is what you need now. We see it at every level. As the Gills, new signing on the ball there, carries it forward and looks for a very audacious effort.
Over the goal and over the stand. But good to see.
We call it audacious, but we can also call it confident.
Good to see him shooting from distance though, but certainly would hope that he'd hit the target with the next one.
Yeah, for any Margate supporters who've only just tuned in this second half, that is Toby Bancroft, the new signing on loan from Football League side Gillingham. And he's shown real glimpses of his pace, quality, and fingers crossed we'll see even more of that next week against Brighton and Sea Regent for the opening competitive game of the season. It's been a long old wait. As Jack and Noel pointed out, the boys haven't had a competitive game for a number of months now. And they've been missing it. We've been missing that normality of having crowds back and seeing supporters in stadiums. And for Tonbridge Angels, they're still not able to do that. The National League hasn't issued guidance allowing them, and the Angels had to pause season tickets as if only he could have just got the touch then. Might have been an opportunity to capitalise upon a mistake. But Porter picks up play, finds Prestige.
Evans dropping in deep here, picking up the ball. Sessegnon asking for it and gets it. Bit of space here for him to run into now. It's
great to see Evans kind of dropping a little bit deeper to get on the ball. In the first half, you'd be used to him getting so many touches for the gate. He can pick up play, he's got good vision and he's got good execution as well, which is why manager Jay Saunders was quick to secure his services when he trialled for the club back in, was it June? I don't know, all the months blur into one now, as Sessegnon finds Prestige in the middle of the park. Such a composed, calming presence in the midfield, isn't he?
It's interesting to see how Tonbridge have set up in this second half as well, because they were pressing very high the Margate attack, but they're sitting back with 2 banks of 4 at the moment, and that 2 banks of 4 doing the job there as Margate not able to unpick the Tonbridge Angels defence there.
yeah, you're seeing the absolute best of Tonbridge Angels there. So organised, got that experience, know when to press, know when to back off. And it's offering exactly the kind of pre-season test that manager Jay Saunders would want. As Bancroft tracks back there and the visitors are forced to play back to captain Sonny Miles.
Turner looking to play another cheeky ball forward, and he finds Tonbridge shirt. The cross comes in, but a Crofie just ahead of the cross there. Good opportunity though there for Tonbridge to further extend their lead.
The fullbacks are so dangerous for Tonbridge Angels. Not only do they do their defensive duties, they like to get involved, and when that long ball comes searching forward and you've got a player like Parter on the end of it, you know he's going to get a dangerous cross in, and that's something that Margate need to stay alerted to, really.
Yep. Great touch
Ufra
and
shirts
turn
that off, and Prestige winning play, but he's surrounded. That kind of work rate and intensity is something that if Margate can match, they'll be sure to create more opportunities as they do win back possession. And Kerry's on the left-hand side, interchanging passes with the youngster Burnett. And Margate look to draw together another attacking move. Porter out here on the left-hand side, they need to be alerted to, but rather than that, they go through the congested midfield area. Slightly poor decision-making there from the gate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. There was other options out on the wing, but Burnett are looking to play through the Tonbridge midfield there, and as we've said, they're very well structured and organised there, but another opportunity for the gate now. Cross coming in from the right. Afua missed the first one. His second attempt just goes wide of the post. It's a deflection, and Margate have a corner. That's better there from the gate.
Just lots and lots of opportunities for Margate. I'm having to control my voice here and not screech, because they definitely deserve to halve the deficit at least. They've got to be far more clinical. As Bancroft looks at his options, delivery for the corner for Margate. It's high, it's lofted. Friend gets an important touch.
Shirt really, the shirt of Friend really being pulled there, and you certainly look to see those kinds of challenges being given at a higher level. Perhaps not so much in non-league. It goes a bit hand in hand, shirt pulling at this level.
And McDonald now will look to pass that one into the left channel. Still with a strong head there, the youngster. Great experience for him in this second half, replacing Swift, who incurred some kind of facial injury in the first half. Looked to have a heavy nosebleed. We think it's more of a precaution than anything too serious.
But perhaps
we will
also Swift is suspended for the start of the season, I believe, and so perhaps carrying over from the previous season. So perhaps it was a tactical decision from Jay to give Steele some minutes in this second half.
You almost forget, don't you? Because obviously Swifty had an injury at the end of the last campaign, which was in March, which feels like a lifetime ago. But of course, any kind of suspension or anything like that that any players or any new signees pick up does go into the 2020. Great play there by Ufua. And the effort goes wide. More positive signs though.
Yeah, I think Leighton obviously being injured, he certainly would have been looking to get on the end of that, and I think that's really what Margate have been missing, that bit of edge in the strike department.
Well, you can see the frustration even when we had a quick chat with Noel at half-time. Was having a really good pre-season, was obviously involved in that great win against Ramsgate, and he must be watching on the sidelines thinking, God, I would love to have these chances created. As the visitors make their first substitutions of the game, goal scorer Tom Parkinson and number 9 Jovan Splat replaced. Well, we're going to have to guess, aren't we, because the numbers don't quite match up to the team sheets we've been given here. Maybe some Tonbridge Angels fans will give us some clarities, but I think it looks like new signing Christian Campbell is coming on into the left back slot, and I think I'm going to have to guess. So Tonbridge Angels fans, let us know who that second
number
substitute
17
is.
Coming on. Perhaps maybe a trialist, hence no name.
Yes, still obviously lots of players on trial, and I think that was something that Jay mentioned, wasn't it? Because obviously the National League teams have got a lot of trialists on. There might be an opportunity to capitalise on some players, but also it's just a different playing field now. Any players dishing out contracts when we've got no idea if we're actually going to complete the season, I guess they're very, very lucky clubs to be able to be in a financial position to do that. I'm not sure many are, but there we go. And then Burnett there getting his body in the way. Evans fighting for possession, but the visitors pick up players. That man Greenhill, number 8 on the ball, extremely experienced non-league footballer.
Yeah, really pulling the strings in the centre of the park. He's probably been the standout player for me so far
in this game, really controlling proceedings here.
Well, I think again, if you measure up the experienced players that Margate have, Liam Friends, Swifty, Reece Prestige, it's the same with Tonbridge Angels. The amount of appearances, key figures like Sonny Miles, Joe Turner, Jack Parter, that is just, like I say, a really key ingredient to build upon. And you just don't see it in non-league football much anymore. That loyalty to stay with a football club, it's key, and they've done it really, really well at Tonbridge Angels. Obviously achieving promotions, staying in the league, finding their feet at that level, and then fingers crossed they go on to have a good campaign, because we want to be seeing Kent clubs doing well. We'd love it if the Gate could get a good result this afternoon, but as soon as that full-time whistle blows, we hope Tonbridge Angels enjoy a good season, and I'm sure Margate fans will as well. Wish them the best with manager Steve McKim at the helm.
Opportunity now for Evans, a dangerous run, and that looks like a pull, and the referee agrees, and a free kick here in a dangerous position. Obviously with Richards out injured, it'll be interesting to see who takes this. Earlier on in the game we had Luke Carey with an effort that sailed well over, so it looks like John Ufua's taking the reins with this one.
Well, fair play. I mean, anyone that saw his goal last week, it was something special. Maybe he wants to match it this afternoon, but that is the kind of spark that we were talking about, that we were after from Connor Evans. He can be really dynamic and give that kind of explosive pace, which enables the team to have opportunities like this. So now it looks like there's a bit of a summons as to who's going to take it. Reece Prestige looking interested as well. Maybe he wants to double his tally of pre-season goals.
It is Ufua. Good effort, curling.
It's got him
through the goalkeeper's hands, Ted McDonald, and it's another goal this pre-season, although somewhat fortuitous for John Ufua.
Well, we said it last week, didn't we? Sometimes in football you earn your luck, and very unfortunate for the visitors goalkeeper there. He's had a great game so far, made some important saves. He'll be disappointed with that, but we have been saying the Gate deserved a goal, and sometimes it doesn't have to be the nicest of goals, as Dover enjoyed last week with their winner.
It just goes to show
confidence is key.
It just goes to show the importance of just getting efforts on target. So if you don't hit the target, you're not going to score, and that one should have been an easy save there for goalkeeper.
Right, Eric. Steve, cameraman Steve is now saying his score prediction was 2-2. Maybe it's on, maybe it's not. The Gate will have to keep up their concentration in defence, because the Angels have got so much attacking threat as Joe Turner looks to get a ball in. Prestige in the way there. And the Gate looking really tidy now, picking up that intensity and that sharpness. And again, the opportunity came from some great play by Luke Carey, which we were hoping for in the first half. It's Connor Evans, Charlotte, not Luke Carey. Connor Evans.
Yeah,
God, I'm going to be repeating that before bed to get it kind of in my head.
No, it was creating an opportunity out of nothing, really. He picked the ball up in a deep position and just chose to run at the Tonbridge Angels defence. It was a real jinking and, as you say, Charlotte, dynamic run, and he drew the foul, which led to the goal. In fantasy football terms, he would have got the assist.
Yep. And I think, again, what is quite interesting in this game is the physicality that Tonbridge Angels offer, and it's a proper battle out there from a defensive point of view. And it gives the Gate an opportunity to battle hard ahead of this season's opener against Brighton and Sea Region. Thank you to anyone who has joined to Gate TV and subscribed, whether you're a Margate fan, Tonbridge Angels fan, or maybe just a non-league supporter who fancied taking a look. I think we're probably one of the few clubs who are offering this service for free to football fans. Let us know what you think of the game so far. What do you think the full-time score will be? Or maybe if you're a supporter of Tonbridge Angels, any key men standing out for you today, do let us know. It'd be great to hear from you. We can happy to do some shout outs as well.
Talking of shout outs, one from cameraman Steve, a shout out to all those at 5U Landscaping, including friends Brooke and Luke, who are joining us today. Very welcome and glad to have you with us.
And we will have to let supporters know what the plan is moving forward with streaming of games. Obviously we are still at the capacity restrictions. I guess I feel really fortunate to say we're able to do that, because obviously National League sides aren't able to do that yet, but we will keep you informed, because I know a lot of supporters are...
Good cross coming in down that corridor of uncertainty by folks. Goalkeeper Vose and the defence not sure whether to come or go for that one, but Margate survived another dangerous opportunity there.
Corridor of uncertainty. Oh, I love that commentary, Eric.
Yeah, as a former goalkeeper, I was always dreading those kinds of crosses, not knowing whether to come or go for those ones.
Well, you make a point. They are threatening. They're something that, again, our new number one in between the sticks. That commanding presence has to be alert to in open play. The Gate haven't conceded too many goals, which sounds silly considering the last couple of weeks. It's just that organisation maybe from the set pieces. As we can see again, it's a proper battle out there, isn't it? A lot of shirt pulling, physical contest.
Folks down this right wing again. He's had a really good game. He's looked really dangerous in attack and good defensively. And another good cross. And the referee says it's a corner. Vose just touching that one wide of the post. It looked like it might be floating towards the back stick, possibly creeping in.
Well, when you get that much pace on a cross, it's always going to be it's going to cause a headache or two. But Voss, they're getting an important touch as Tonbridge Angels have another corner here. The score is still currently 2-1 to the visitors. We are their third consecutive Isthmian League opposition. Steve McKim's team have also played against Carshalton and Kingstonian in previous months. A very high ball there.
Another set piece finish that Margate have conceded. A really deep cross there, finding the back post, and it's easily converted, and that's 3-1 to Tonbridge Angels.
There's not too much to add there really. It's becoming a bit of a familiar theme throughout pre-season, and maybe something we will address with manager Jay Saunders. Just can't afford to snooze off or take your foot off the gas in situations like that, off the set pieces. It's all the hard work comes undone.
A goal there for new signing Christian Campbell, making his presence felt in the box, only recently coming on in this second half. But at least we know, and Jay Saunders will know, what needs to be worked on defensively, and I'm sure in the training sessions in the coming weeks, set pieces will be top of that list that they'll be looking to address as a defensive unit.
And it's going to be a busy opening month of the season, what with FA Cup games and so much to sort of catch up on. It will be Saturday, Tuesday for a long while for the Gates. So it's going to be a breathless start, but Jay Saunders will of course make sure the boys are well prepared as we enter the final stages of this final pre-season game. Joe Turner looking at no signs of fatigue there, but Josh Still managing to pick up possession. Burnett cool, composed and calm. The Margate youngster there doing really, really well as Porter is on the ball, finds Prestige. Can Margate mount an attack to ask some real questions of Tonbridge Angels?
Evans dropping deep, finding the feet of Sessignon.
Keep emphasising it for me, Eric, because I just don't know why it's not sinking in. And the youngster Archie Burnett, like I say, that word composed for a player so young to come in and make this step up.
Yeah, it's really good to see.
Football and want to get on the ball as well. That's a really encouraging sign.
Exactly. Margate chasing a 3-1 lead for Tonbridge here, and you can see that Burnett is dropping deeper and looking to get on the ball. His confidence hasn't dropped so far in this game.
And what are your thoughts on the Toby Bancroft then, the Gill signing? Obviously pretty early days to make any conclusive, but he's shown real signs of pace, but maybe a slightly quieter second half from the Gills loanee.
Yeah, he's new to the squad. I don't think he's even had a chance to train with the squad yet, and so he's coming in meeting his teammates for the first time in unfamiliar surroundings. So perhaps he might need a game or two to get himself embedded, but he certainly has got, you can see that he has got a very good technical ability, and he's also got a sharpness to him as well. And so I think he's a really good signing who's going to add value to the Margate squad.
As Turner picks up play there, hooks it over. Tonbridge Angels, they're skipping it.
Yeah, foul
Tonbridge Angels, you know, they're a well experienced side, they're well drilled, and with experienced strikers like that, they know when to go down. I'm sure Liam Friend will be a bit frustrated with that one, because as we know, we don't want to be giving set piece opportunities away. Casual fouls like that are probably the things that will be ironed out ahead of the competitive game next Saturday.
There's a dangerous position here, and another opportunity for Tonbridge to look to extend their lead. A good cross towards the penalty spot, and it's cleared. An opportunity for Margate on the counter-attack now with the pacey Connor Evans in possession, bringing the ball forward. Threads a delightful ball through to Afua, who's out wide on this right flank, crosses towards Carey, but Tonbridge defence is able to get back. That's Joe Turner there putting in the legwork to clear the ball high over the crossbar.
Great counter-attack there from the gate. John Ufa doing really well to beat, I should say, the offside trappers. Kitman Allen gets yet another touch. God, what a shift he's put in today on the sidelines. But again, another opportunity maybe for the gate with Carey eyeing up. It'd be great to get another goal and put some pressure on, I suppose, the visitors' defence, who've looked pretty solid throughout today. As the ball comes in, it's a great delivery. Tonbridge Angels folks again getting an important touch, and Carey will make the switch and take the corner from the reverse side. And it looks like manager Jay Saunders might make a couple of changes as we enter the final few minutes here at Hartsdown Park. The end of pre-season. Can't believe it's gone so quick.
No, it's been quite a lot of games, but and I'm sure, as with a lot of Gate fans, we're looking forward to the season starting proper. As substitute Steele scores a bullet header there.
The irony. I say that because I would have said Tonbridge have been just as physical in the Margate box, but there you go, there you go. I put my hands up. That's obviously my rose-tinted glasses being a Margate supporter.
It looks like a foul's been given.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Which is a real shame, because I thought there was a foul in the goal that Tonbridge scored. But there we go. It's part and parcel of the game, isn't it? I'm sure when we watch it back, the referee will be right. No, still 3-1 here. Unfortunate, because what a great goal that would have been. And it's a switch of keepers. Ted McDonald.
Very promising to see the young Steele getting on the score sheet from any centre back to score. They do like to get their names on the score sheet, and he's battling to get himself cemented into this team as well. And I think that's something that Jay Saunders wants to see from his defenders, getting on the end of those crosses. Just unfortunate that the referee deemed it to be a foul.
So the Gate there thinking they'd drawn a little bit closer, but unfortunately the referee's whistle disallowing the effort. And there was a goal last week that I thought was a goal, but it was disallowed. A Jack Richards effort that I thought had crossed the line but wasn't given. I was reliably informed after the game by supporters far closer than I that it had crossed the line. But that is all part of it, isn't it? We love to chat about these decisions, whether they go our way or not. Carey, their great feet, navigates his way around Bray. Can he get a good delivery now? Can he pick out Ufra or any other teammate? As number 15, Danny Devine, looks to get a ball into the box. Unfortunately there, Connor Evans unable to pick it up.
Yeah, that was really promising play there from Carey. Really good feet, got down the left wing with pace. He just had to hold up his run as he waited for some Margate attackers to get in the box with him. Tonbridge now with an opportunity. Really good play there from Turner to get inside the 18-yard box. Shot comes in, it's blocked by Steele, and the ball makes its way into goalkeeper Vose's arms. Steele picking up the ball from the goalkeeper. Prestige now in possession.
Thank you to all the supportive Margate fans tuning in and leaving comments. It's great to see them. It was nice to also speak to supporters who have made their first visit to Hartsdown Park this afternoon for whatever reason, whether it be work or other reasons, unable to get here. And a big shout out to the team behind the scenes, Steve, Kev, Denny, getting all the technology in place to provide free football coverage for you to enjoy. I think they deserve a massive pat on the back. And also to the members of volunteers and staff, making sure again that all the risk assessments and all of those documents are put in place so that we can enjoy football here at Margate.
Yeah, really great to see supporters back here, and we've had a really good following with supporters coming in, but also on Gate TV from football fans across the world joining us here, particularly on the YouTube channel. And it's only pre-season. Let's see what the season will bring.
Yeah, we've got exciting things to look forward to, including the new kit that has been designed in the local community. It's Jack Parter there getting on the ball. God, he's such a threat in that left back role. He was been a real threat and thorn in the side there. But yeah, going back to the shirts, the kits have been designed by local artist Luke McLean, and they're going to be manufactured by O'Neill's and out for release very soon, I believe. Hopefully we might even be able to get an exclusive here at Gate TV. That would be good, wouldn't it, Eric? We're going to have to speak to the powers that be. Let us have a look.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the designs, because obviously the history kit was such a hit, both the goalkeeper in orange and the out on field pitch kit as well. So really excited to see what designs are coming through for the season ahead as well.
Well, there's a real revival, isn't there, in that kind of retro shirt, something with a bit more of a flamboyant design. And I really like that, because I feel like that's the kind of unique thing about non-league football. You can be a bit more creative. But I say that about non-league football. I think Bristol City, all of the clubs now, they're really kind of being a bit more creative with their shirt design. So yeah, can't wait to see what that looks like there, as Connor Evans put a bit more pressure on, trying to win possession back, but Tonbridge Angels ride it out and look to produce another attacking move. Oh, Burnett there just lagging slightly to pick up possession. Tonbridge Angels got plenty of fitness, haven't they?
And good defending there from Friend, using his strength to shield a Croffy off the ball. Still in possession, plays the ball out wide to Devine. Long ball down the channel. Afua doing really well, showing his strength there to hold that up. That's really expert centre forward play there. Prestige now in possession. The switch is on, but Prestige elects to run through the lines and finds Afua again. This is good football here from Margate. Keeping possession, changing the angles, looking for an opportunity to get an attack underway. Evans now in a bit of space, turns, finds Porter, who is calling for the ball. Carey played in down the channel. This is where he looks particularly dangerous. Good step over and cross. It's easily cleared though by Miles, and Prestige now getting back in possession. He's shaping to shoot. It's blocked.
That's exactly what. Oh, that should be a foul there.
Yeah, Safoa drawing a foul there from Sonny Miles, and again in a dangerous position. What's the bets that he's going to be on this one again?
And without wanting to kind of underline the point too much, that kind of intensity and tenacity and work rate from Prestige there, you get your rewards, you get your opportunities. And following up there, he's got the skipper's armband on for a reason. He is a great leader in the middle of the pitch for Margate. And while we have this slight pause as the referee marks out the distance, just a shout out to a couple of local businesses who've shown their support for the Gate by sponsoring our opening games of the season. It means a great deal to the football club. Bay Point Club will be sponsoring our opening game of the season against Carshalton Athletic, whilst Expert Agents are picking up the game of Hornchurch.
It is a forward looking to curl this one in, just sails just over the crossbar.
Right, now Margate need to get back into their shape. I mean, things have kind of, as you would expect, wouldn't you, in the final minutes of the final pre-season game. The tempo has gone down somewhat. We don't want it to get too pedestrian though, do we?
Although with friendlies the results do not matter too much, but with this being the last one for the Gate before the season kicks off for real next weekend, you do want to get into that mentality of real live games a little bit, and you want to see Margate battling to try and get back into this game. They are trailing by 2 goals, but just the 1 goal within the next few minutes should make it a really interesting finish to this game.
Yeah, definitely, and the Gate looked there to try and play quickly, but the referee having a word with the Tonbridge Angels skipper is John Ufua.
Great feat from Ufua, and he finds Tonbridge able to get this clear, one-on-one still defensively. Does well. It looks to have won the goal kick there. Really good defending there.
Yeah, I thought that took a touch off the Tonbridge Angels attacker. Great work there in that 1v1 situation. You don't want to be lunging in or doing anything too silly or giving away again any needless sort of foul. So the youngster there doing well, as it looks like manager Jay Saunders is going to make his final few substitutions of the game, as the youngster Burnett is replaced by another Margate youth product, George Wilkinson, and the Margate number 8 doing really well, making that step up, as obviously Freddie Moncur and Jack Richards have been rested for today's game. Slight niggles that manager Jay Saunders didn't want to risk in the final 90 minutes of pre-season.
Yeah, really good to see how Burnett was so confident, looking to get on the ball and looking to get a Margate attack underway by dropping in deep and picking up possession.
it's great to know as well that there is a youth system in place that youngsters can make the step up. Shout out to the under-18s of Margate who progressed in the FA Youth Cup earlier this week as Tonbridge Angels look to mount another attack.
A Croffey, really good jinking run there. Got crowded out a little bit, but the danger's not gone with Tonbridge with an opportunity to get a cross in with Parter in possession, drifting into the 18-yard box, and that is good defending there from Devine, who blocks the cross, and Tonbridge have a corner.
Yeah, he's an absolute engine down that left side flank, Parter, always getting involved in the attacking moves. And I'll repeat the point again quickly about the under-18s and winning their FA Youth Cup tie this week. And all the youth teams that compete in the Kent Youth League will be starting their competitive seasons tomorrow. So if you're associated with any of our youth clubs, maybe your son and daughter is a part of any of them, good luck. I'm sure, like our first team players, the youngsters are really looking forward to playing competitive football again.
Another good delivery, but it's just short of the front post and goes behind. Goal kick for Margate.
Yeah, that one hits the side netting as manager Steve McKim looks to make his final changes of the game. Looks like a couple of youngsters again being given their opportunity in pre-season by the manager.
It's a rare occurrence to see young players to have all black boots, but good to see, keeping it traditional.
So you say that, whereas I like Sess's boots, the bright pink. So Joe Turner coming off there for Tonbridge Angels. Can't see who else is going to be replaced. Oh, I think it is Splat, who again has looked a real threat for the visitors.
He did really stretch the Margate defence there, really playing on their shoulders, and he was really good at winning those balls that played into his feet, holding it up and bringing his attacking teammates into play. Porter dropping deep here to collect the ball from the goalkeeper.
So the only person that's still on for their score prediction is me, can I just point out? Come on, Margate. Steve the cameraman thought 2-2, Eric thought
3-2 Margate.
3-2 Margate. And technically,
what were you going for?
I was going 3-2 Tonbridge Angels.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said 2-1.
Oh, did I? Oh, well, there we go. Unfortunately, whatever I've said is on record. There's Luke. Connor Evans picks up play.
He's got a bit of space for a shot now.
Yeah, sight on goal there.
It was a difficult shot there for the goalkeeper to get behind. It was moving in the air, but the substitute goalkeeper did well to get behind that and hold on to it.
Yeah, good point there. If you picked up by Liam Friend, a Croffey using his body to win
good touch
possession
from a thrower, looking to bring teammates into play. Connor Evans with a bit of space after dropping his shoulder, and the opportunity goes there for Margate. Tonbridge now still full of energy.
Yeah.
Tonbridge Angels looking to further extend on their 3-1 lead.
Yeah, Kerry caught a little bit flat-footed there, and like you say, the Tonbridge players looking really fit, looking strong, and they have that ability, like I say, with their wing backs to be able to push forward. As you can see, they're both in the Margate half right now, and when that long ball goes forward, they're obviously in the right position, and it's a thing that the aerial threat has been something that the Margate defence have had to cope with all game. As again, that ball is lofted long. Will Wilkinson be able to pick up possession for Margate? He certainly does a good job in applying pressure. It's got to be the final few minutes here at Hartsdown Park, and when the referee does blow the whistle, he's also blowing a whistle on the end of Margate's pre-season. I don't think we'll ever have one quite like it again. Fingers crossed we won't. But it's been a memorable one, really. We started pre-season with no supporters. Then we were allowed a few. We had the Fanet Cup game against Ramsgate.
Tonbridge now have an opportunity with the substitute number 17 in possession, weighing up his options. He looks to play it wide to fullback Folkes, crosses deep to the back post. Header there from Turner is blocked, and the danger's not gone. Turner's shot from one of the Tonbridge substitutes. It's deflected, and it's a corner. Another set piece for Margate to defend.
Yeah, the Gate have got to kind of shake off any fatigue or tiredness to stay alert there, and we saw it last week, didn't we, when the substitutions were made, and sometimes that bit of inexperience and naivety can leave the gate exposed. But Bailey Voss there is arranging his teammates accordingly.
A lot of the Tonbridge attackers starting their runs from deep. The opportunity is not cleared, and it is a theatrical overhead strike. Great technique, and it's another goal for Tonbridge Angels. It's 4-1. What a fantastic goal that was.
Yeah, quality strike there. Brilliant finish. Not much that John Ufwa could do on the line.
It's another set piece conceded from.
Yeah, I think the questions write themselves for Jay after the game as Luke Carey is replaced by Charlie Hatton, who's a new name this pre-season. And it's clear to see Tonbridge Angels have got goals across the pitch there, haven't they?
They certainly have. They look to be ready and up and running to kick off their start to the new season.
Now an opportunity for the Margate youngsters to show what they're all about in these final stages, whether they're going to be part of Jay Saunders' squad for the trip to Brightlingsea or not. We'll have to see. Just needing to press that ball a little bit harder there. Don't want it to be too easy in the midfield area as Connor Evans looks to pick up the ball, and Prestige doing what he's best at, crunching tackles. Hopefully not too crunching as he looks.
He's limping a little bit there as he
yeah.
looks to get back. As another attack this with Parter, as he often does in this game, getting down that left flank, cutting inside on his right foot. It's a good cross, partially cleared, but the danger's not completely gone as the ball's played out wide to Porter. He's under pressure there. Good play there from the Tonbridge attacker to win the throw-in, which is taken early by Folkes. And it's a poor touch there from the Tonbridge player, and it's now a Margate throw, which Porter's going across to take.
And just thinking the new signings made a real impression since coming on, 2 goals, including that delightful overhead kick. I'm sure that will be getting clipped up and put out on social media. It was a really, really nice finish there, and it extended the visitors' lead. And they look a strong outfit. I'm sure if you're a Tonbridge Angels fan tuned in this afternoon, you'll be really pleased with the clinical nature of the display. And in all that Tonbridge Angels have in terms of clinical finishes, Margate will rue some of the opportunities that they had throughout the game as well.
Yeah, question marks over the Margate defence today, conceding 4 goals, with I think 3 of those being from set pieces. And with that 4th goal, though as spectacular a finish it was, the attacker was in acres of space there, and it looked like there was a lack of marking in the penalty area, which I'm sure Jay Saunders will be looking to address at training in the week.
There's some big gaps now appearing on the pitch. Again, maybe it's kind of new, younger players, not necessarily fitting in to the system, but yeah, as you can see, big gaps picking, and Tonbridge Angels can just pick their pass and manoeuvre the ball around as we enter the final stages of today's game. Thank you for joining us on pre-season here at Gate TV, the new free streaming service.
One of the Tonbridge substitutes there, picking up possession, plays it out wide to Folkes, who has had a really good game down this right wing. Not quite able to get a cross in though. Porter doing well defensively.
I think there's been obviously plenty of positives for Tonbridge Angels, but the fullbacks, the way that they contribute to their team is a real strength, isn't it? And I think you can certainly see them contributing a few goals in the National League South when that season starts.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how styles of football change and filter down the levels, because obviously Liverpool have been doing particularly well with their fullbacks, Trent Alexander and Robertson, scampering down the flanks, and you can sort of see a similar attacking approach from both Parter and Folkes here with Tonbridge Angels.
And Tonbridge will be looking to manage the game out now. They've got a comprehensive lead. They've probably got all they want to out of the game from a fitness perspective as well. You can certainly see the years of experience this team have with one another, the way they're organised as a unit.
Misguided pass there from Prestige and giving possession away. Tonbridge looking very comfortable in possession as we draw to the final stages of this game.
Gate needing to just push up a little bit there. You don't want to get too camped out in their own half as Prestige gets an important header to Connor Evans, who looks to skirt the ball out wide. Looking at his options there, who wants the ball? It's back to Prestige again, and Porter on the left hand side. We know that he can pick out a pass or two. No one in the Gate box at the moment, so that was off. It gets played short as Prestige sprays it out, and it's that man Carter.
His legs are a bit heavy now,
yeah, and I'm hardly surprised. He's put in a bit of a shift today.
And we haven't necessarily got the substitutes available to replace him, as a Tonbridge player down injured and seems to be in quite a bit of discomfort there, as he's caught by substitute Wilkinson.
Yeah, the foot looked to be a bit planted, whether he's twisted his knee there. Not great to see on the sidelines from a Tonbridge Angels perspective when you enter the final phase of a pre-season game.
Yeah, these players obviously pre-season put in such big effort to get their fitness levels up to standard, and it's not something, it's probably the last thing you want as a player after putting in all that effort to get injured. And the referee elects to call a halt to proceedings here. The final score here today, Tonbridge Angels 4, Margate 1.
Real shame to end the game on such a note. Hopefully it's not too serious an injury for the Tonbridge Angels. Brace scorer came on and made a really great impact for them. But yeah, that is it, Eric. Pre-season 2020-21 is done and dusted. A bit of a disappointing scoreline, obviously, to end on. Plenty, I feel, that manager Jay Saunders will want to work on throughout the week, but now the countdown is on for a trip to Brighton Sea Regent and then back here the week after.
Yeah, as you say, Charlotte, it's, the scoreline, losing 4-1 your final pre-season, is not going to be great for confidence levels, but on the positive side of things, there was plenty of opportunities there for Margate on the attack, and another goal for John Ufua, who's been one of the shining lights in pre-season so far. And also it's another 90 minutes under the belts for a lot of players, and fitness levels are increasing, and Jay's got two training sessions in the week to really kind of address some of those issues. It was obvious today and in past games that defensively at set pieces, that's something that really needs tightening up.
Yeah, definitely so. I'm sure manager Jay Saunders, his assistant Jamie Coyle, and goalkeeping coach Craig Holloway will be working on that during the week. We will be chatting to manager Jay Saunders very, very shortly, so don't go anywhere here on Gate TV.